Hello, this is Tim Hellman.
This is Jamison Challeen.
And this is Movie Talk. Today we're going to review the movie The Expendables 3. The Expendables 3 is the third entry in the all-star action series about a team of mercenaries hired to do the CIA's dirty work. This time the Expendables must take on a dangerous arms dealer who also co-founded their team. The film once again stars Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, Terry Crews, Jet Li, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're joined in the sequel by Mel Gibson, Wesley Snipes, Antonio Banderas, Kellen Lutz, Ronda Rousey, Glenn Powell, Victor Ortiz, Kelsey Grammer, and Harrison Ford, replacing Bruce Willis, who wanted more money. It was once again written by Stallone, as well as Creighton Rothenberger and Katrin Benedict. And this chapter was directed by rookie filmmaker Patrick Hughes. What do you think?
Well, you know, I love the first one. I mean, I really, really love the first one.
I think the first one was classic.
Yeah, just what a really cool way to take your favorite '90s heroes and make kind of a fan flick to that.
But one reason it was a lot better is because it was a novelty idea at the time.
Yeah, it was.
Once you've already
novelty.
done it, then it loses it.
The second one, I did not feel was as good as the first one, and I did not feel the third one, as a movie, was better than the second one. I did enjoy it more. Honestly, I think it really boils down to Mel Gibson. He was so good. And I don't know if it was just because of the...
Yeah, like Van Damme as the bad guy? And
I did like Van Damme. He played a really good bad guy, but Van Damme is not the actor that
Mel Gibson is.
And Mel Gibson was cold. You know, America's kind of not really happy with him, so he has the freedom to be as bad as he wants, and he was just really terrible and really great. He made the movie really enjoyable to watch. It was mostly because of him. What I really didn't like is I didn't like the new kid, the kids thing.
I like the concept of turning it over from the old veterans to the young.
But that's the antithesis to why we wanted to watch these.
And it's kind of a commentary on the film business in general, the way the old action stars are being phased out for these younger.
Oh, no, that's an interesting... That's an interesting perspective, and I understand like they needed the plot, you know, to kind of move it forward. But I just felt like the reason that we go to see there is to see old, grizzly, muscle guys who we think would probably kick our ass, even though they're like 90. It's just gasoline mixed with adrenaline and testosterone. That's what made the first one so good, as opposed to.
What did you think of Antonio Banderas?
Actually, I forgot about that. Yeah, he was delightful too.
Yeah.
His performance
He was pretty fun.
and his character was great.
Bruce Willis wanted $4 million for 4 days instead of $3 million for 4 days.
Frankly, I find Harrison Ford a lot more intimidating than Bruce Willis, although I like them both. And how did you feel about the movie?
And you liked Kelsey Grammer, you said?
Oh, I love Kelsey Grammer. It was great kind of seeing him in there, you know. We don't see him as the grizzled action star, no. He's Frasier.
I think he was cast because he's a conservative Republican, like most of those guys.
Is he?
Yeah, he's really outspoken Republican.
That's,
So he fit right in with the veteran cast. Although Harrison Ford's a liberal and Mel Gibson is kind of a liberal.
Yeah, I didn't get any political leaning.
No, there's no, but just that cast is mostly conservative.
Oh, I see. Well, I was happy to see him. The thing is, after a while, the list just keeps getting too big. It's like, how many stars are you going to stuff in there?
I like that about the Expendables movie.
If
they can get Clint Eastwood for the next one, that would be great. And Jackie Chan. And
if they write them better. But the point is that once you start handling so many characters, you can't write them well enough for all the characters to be good.
But it's still nice to see.
And then add in a bunch of young ones too. And you know what I mean? You have like when you have to have 3 pages to show how many people are in the movie.
But it was over 2 hours long. Yeah.
It was the
longest of the Expendables movies.
That's a lot of characters to handle if you're Tolstoy, let alone someone writing in Hollywood today.
I just enjoy them as entertaining kind of joke movies, so I don't look for a lot of character development.
Well, you know,
you
don't, but you didn't go to the original Expendables for character development, but it's nice that there was some. You know, the conflict between Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone in that first movie.
That was great.
That was really hashed out. It was really worked out. You got a feeling for both those characters.
Really
Mickey Rourke's character, you just really get a feeling for him.
Oh yeah.
But these last movies, you don't get a feeling for any of them except for Antonio Banderas and for Mel Gibson. And if it weren't really for those two, I don't think that movie was really needed to be made. Those roles were good, but we saw the rest.
Did you think the PG-13 rating hurt it at all?
Not in my
To me,
opinion.
it felt like watching an action movie edited for TV on a Netflix
Oh.
movie. Like the gory scenes were all cut out. It seemed like to me.
Well, and I like that, frankly. If they
Yeah.
would do more of that, let's cut out more of the
The excessive blood.
yeah, because when I like action flicks, I don't like the explosions. I don't like the guns. I usually pause. I usually mute the guns and all that. I like to see fight scenes, maybe more because it's a skill,
Mhm.
and it's choreographed and there's an art to it.
Mhm.
Pulling a gun, shooting a gun. There's no art to that. I don't see an art to that. So that doesn't impress me.
The directing of it can be an art. The style. in which
Well,
it-
sure. I mean, that's why John Woo's movies
Yeah.
can be wonderful.
What rating would you give it then?
I'm going to give it a 2.5.
2.5 out of 5.
I would have given
What
it
did
a
you give
3
the first
just
one,
on.
second?
I would give the first one a 4.75 stars.
I gave it a 5. And then the second one I gave a 4.5 at the time, although I'd probably give it like a 4.25.
Yeah, I don't remember liking that one as much.
Yeah,
but
this one I also gave a 4.5, but it would actually be another 4.25 maybe. It's slightly better, maybe 4.3 maybe the second one. But
Yeah,
for me it was.
I have to say though, it might have actually helped that movie that I watched it in conjunction with Hercules. Because after watching Hercules, any movie was going to be really much better.